Assalamualaikum Wr.Wb. My name is Tiara Putri Mastura from English Education, University of Muhammadiyah Semarang, 3rd semester. Now, I will give you explanation about recount text. What is recount text? The definition of recount text is a text that telling the reader about one story or activity, and social purpose of recount text is to retell event and the purpose of informing or entertaining. And then the generic structure of recount text. There are orientation, or it gives the reader about the background information needed to understand the text, such as who was involved, where it happened, and when it happened. And after that, there are events, a series of events ordered in a chronological sequence. And the last is reorientation, or a personal comment about the event or what happened in the end, or the solution. And after that, the language features of recount text. We should know about the language features that are using action verb, example, went and stayed. And second is using the simple past tense, past continuous tense, past perfect tense, and past perfect continuous tense. And the third is using temporal sequence, example, on Saturday, on Monday, on Sunday. And fourth is focus on specific participant, example, the writer. And the last is using conjunction, such as then, before, after, and another. Okay, let's learn about recount text, and I will give you one example of recount text. The title is Pare is my city. This is my text. And the orientation of Pare is my special city, that was January 28 to 2020. I was so excited to trip alone. That was so memorable day because I went to Pare by myself. The schedule to study in Pare has begun on Sunday, but I should went there first to check everything like administration, camp, and the others. In this orientation, I just want to give the reader about the background of my events that tells about my experience in Pare. And we can see in this orientation about language feature, we can find the using action verb like when, like because I went to Pare by myself, right? After that, we can find about simple past tense, like I was so excited to trip alone. And then I'm using a temporal sequence that is on Sunday. The schedule to study in Pare has begun on Sunday. After that, I have focus on specific participant. Of course, that is I, because this is my experience. So let's move to events. Now, I will tell you about events. And in these events, we should tell the readers about our activity in the past experience. So I will read it. At 6 p.m., I went to station with my family. In that way, my friend planned to surprise me. He told me if he can't meet me before I went to Pare. When I arrived there was a lot of people. Then I print my ticket and bought food to take on the train. After I bought that, my friend came to me and gave me milk and chips. I was shocking when I saw it. But my train would depart, so I headed for the train and said goodbye to them. And this is my second paragraph in event. I arrived in Paris at 4 in the morning. There was a man who told me if he from my course. I was afraid about that because there was many people who offered me a ride. So I checked it with call to that course and it was true. Then I drove to the course only with the driver. That the first time I tried not to be afraid about anything and took care all of myself. After I finished all of administration, Mr. Adnan dropped me to my camp because my class began in 2 days. I just relaxed in my camp and prepared things to join in a class. Okay, in this paragraph, I just tell the reader about my activity when I came to Paris. I just explain about how I came to Paris, and then in second paragraph, I tell the reader about what I did in Paris. Okay, you can see in this part about the events. This is I just tell about how I can meet my friend in Paris and how happy I am in there. After that, in the last paragraph of events, I just tell the reader about my feeling when I want to go home, like that. And the last is reorientation. I want to read it. That my story before I came back to Semarang after got a lot experience in Paris. Paris was a wonderful city that I visited. There was a lot of kind people, the food that cheap, and natural environment. From there, I can handle myself and to be a better person because in Paris, I could prepare everything by myself. In this reorientation, I just tell the reader about what happened in the end of my experience in Paris. I think Paris is a wonderful city and I can meet a lot of kind people and I enjoy that food and that natural environment. Okay, thank you for your attention. I hope you can enjoy this video and you can learn about recount text clearly. I hope you can write about recount text and you should to be a great writer than me. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you in my next video.